Good evening. My name is Reverend Foster. I'm the Executive Director of the Central Outreach Resource and Referral Center, which is the agency located at 1860 Center Avenue. And I want to commend the Penguins on such a beautiful design, you know, and how much effort and work they put in to brief the community. And of all the focus groups, and I attend quite a few, that most of the residents or the attendees at the focus groups were Hill District residents. You know, for once in decades, community has come together to try to resolve some things that have been done to the Hill over the period of time. And when we look at the design, you know, it's a beautiful design on three landscapes, on the entranceways. But concerning the Hill District area, I don't see the beauty that's facing the other communities. Also, there's an issue with Fifth Avenue traffic. There's nothing I see that's changed on the Fifth Avenue that's already existing at the present time. There's already a traffic nightmare on Fifth Avenue between the hours of 3 to 7. On game days, the traffic has got to increase. And I don't see nothing in place that's going to deal with the traffic on Fifth Avenue corridor. And so as a representative of One Hill, and I'm a member of One Hill, and been part of the process and on the negotiating team, we cannot support and will not support this plan. And we urge city planning to not support the plan until a CBA is signed and agreed on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Foster.
My name is Bomani House. I'm Vice Chair of the One Hill CBA Coalition, Pittsburgh PA 15235. I'm going to have to first turn to the back and tell all those who are not speaking but you oppose the approval of this plan to raise your signs. And if you disagree with the approval of this plan without a CBA, please make it be known. To the specifics of why we disapprove of this plan, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with my brother who spoke just before me. I don't believe that's a beautiful design. In this age of design, it's not about the building bricks that are chosen. It's not about the glass that's chosen or the angle of the view when spectators get to participate in these events inside of the new arena. Design in this day, and I must say that I'm no professional in design, but I know in this day, in this moving age of design, it considers the architectural development and its impact on people. The architectural development and the impact on people. And from the beginning, Mr. Carter's proposed structure of meetings was flawed in that it would not allow that to happen. He specifically separated the history of the Hill District from this particular new arena. That was the first fundamental flaw. The second fundamental flaw was that the considerations of the residents who attended those meetings were not taken into consideration as they should have been. I'm also not good at presenting pretty pictures, but the traffic designs that they put before us were also to be taken out and not considered heavily. While you want to put the concerns on one side of Center Avenue as it meets downtown, ours are on the other side of Center Avenue, and it's just as valid.
All right.
They're just as valid. And I hold before you this image that we collectively, and Cliff was one of them who brought up the suggestion in the first place that there should be some type of reconsideration of how the street grids and the mistake that was made 50 years ago could be made right today. Right now, the street grids are blocked out from Crawford. There's an opportunity here to connect Wiley, Webster, and Bedford Avenue in a better way that allows the Hill District to have some shared prosperity.
That's right.
And while they don't think it's valuable, we stand and we say it's valuable. Plan here, and I think that without a CBA, it should not go forward. With the quote, I end in saying that a citizen must love, become a part of, his city, if he does not, he or she does not, all the money poured into these new schemes and bright plans and planners will avail to nothing.
All right.
When Garrett Grayson, Sr., pastor of the Wesley Center, Amy Zion Church, resident of the Hill, property owner, and live, love, play, and serve in this community. I concur with other ministers who stand with me and stakeholders who stood on that cold day in January and said no. We say to Don Carter and to the Penguins and to others, we say hold off until we sign off. No CBA until we sign off. A lot of flatter, a lot of puff and fluff has been articulated as if a lot of it has been brought to the table by this entity. A lot of it has happened, any of the wins have been because we have been fighting and probing and pushing and demanding and standing and meeting and strategizing since day one. The sign-off or the commitment to a master plan did not come from that side, it came from this side. The CBA process also came for the pushing on this side, and it would not have happened, or it has not happened, if it was up to the other entity. So we come today on behalf of One Hill, behalf of the faith-based community, behalf of stakeholders who've been residents and citizens to say no. We're elated that you have taken such intricate care to make sure the one existing church is pretty and right. But 50 years ago, our churches was mowed down, destroyed, and our whole community was affected. And so we are concerned it won't happen again. And we want you to look again at your architectural renderings because there is no glass viewing of the hill. You talk about how pretty and wonderful and flattering and it's going to be as you look at downtown. I want y'all to look at the hill where we live and serve and walk. And so if the glass is there, you can see if you've done a good day's work or nothing at all. Right now, if you look, you can see 50 years later, the Penguins have done nothing at all. So I want some glass on that side as you review your renderings. We want to be fair. We know you got a wonderful gift of $290 million to $500 million. I'm a Christian and a pastor, so the right thing would be, as we look at, is at least 10% back to the community. That's the tithe. Come on, stay with me. That's the tithe. That might be between 2.9 million to 5 million. But don't forget the offering. Come on, somebody. The tithe is what you ought to do. Come on, somebody. I said I'm not going to hoop. But I trust that if you're really concerned about this hill and rebuilding the hill, that not only will you do a CBA, but including in that will be the tithe and the offering. Thank you.